Ex-President of the US, Barack Obama, couldn't have said it better when in 2013 he had the foresight to declare that 3D printing has a potential to revolutionize the way we make almost anything. And I mean, almost a decade later, we have 3D printing taking over every aspect of our lives, from medicine to automotive and manufacturing industries. Okay, and of course, as a hardcore capitalist, I'm always trying to see what the trends are and take advantage of these trends. And today, of course, I'm going to be presenting to you three 3D printing stocks with, of course, Ignas from Dandy Finance. I just want to say huge congrats on gaining 1,000 subscribers. And he's from Lithuania. And of course, please feel free to check out and subscribe to his channel. The link will be down below. Okay, I just want to show you first some applications to 3D printing. So for scientists, we have scientists 3D printing new jellyfish, new robots. So here they're doing high-speed fiber optics for example, for 5G networks or something like that. They're making a smartphone-savvy spectrometer. Again, researchers are constructing stronger, more flexible hydrogels for artificial tendons. You have here largest industrial 3D printer for rapid rocket engine production. So this has so many applications. Okay, so again, robots, prototypes, railways, electric vehicles. It's just endless the applications that 3D printing has. Okay, I mean, again, here, there's just article after article is saying how the automotive industry plans to use 3D printing to create new business models. Okay, it's going to revolutionize the way we make things. Okay, and I'm increasingly becoming interested, especially since many of these 3D printing stocks are dipping like crazy. As we can see here, Desktop Metals from its peak is down by more than 50%. Okay, and this is similar to other 3D printing companies. Okay, so the stocks that we're going to be looking at today are one Desktop Metals, DM, Protolabs or PRLB, that's a ticker for Protolabs, and finally MTLS or Materialize. Okay, so let's go over first Desktop Metals. One, it's a $15 stock, and I'm just going to say I'm going to rank my choices, and I'll do it right away here. So one, I like Desktop Metals as my first pick. Two, I like Protolab as my second pick. And three, I like Materialize as my third pick or last choice, okay? And we're going to go over all of those today, okay? And for the first one, Desktop Metals, let's take a look. Well, first off, it's a $3.5 billion company. Let's take a look at its earnings here. So on the right side, we can see annually from 2018 to 2019 is still losing a lot of money, negative 103 million against a revenue of 26.4 million. However, it grew from 1.3 million to 26.4 million. And this is why it is my first pick, because of the revenue growth, okay? And it's not losing as much as it did in 2018. Okay, and furthermore, if we look at the analysis here, analysts expect this company to grow revenue by 527% for 2021. Okay, and that's going to be a huge move against the year ago sales of only 18 million. So if you 5x that, you know, you have a nice company with about 100 million in earnings, and those are still probably not going to be profitable, but I really like the insane growth. And another reason why I like this company, it is because it's a tech company that designs and markets 3D printing systems. And it's headquartered in Massachusetts. The company raised 438 million in venture funding since its founding from investors such as Google, BMW, and Ford. Okay, so I think it has really nice backers, and again, I like this stock for a long-term play, and because it has such high revenue growth, and because it's actually a company that's making 3D printing systems. Okay, whereas the other are actually manufacturing stuff from their 3D printers. So I like how this is a tech-focused company. Okay, my number two stock of choice is Protolabs, and this is a company that provides rapid manufacturing of low-volume 3D printed CNC machine sheet metal, etc., etc. And again, another crazy decrease here by 47%. And here, this company has very low margins. As we can see here, not a lot of revenue is going straight down to the profits. And if we're looking at the annual financials, we can see in 2017 it only earned like $51 million, and 2020 earned only like $50 million. So, you know, against a revenue of 434 million. So what that tells me is that it's a company with very low margins, and I think 3D printing companies are in general have very low margins. and that's why I'm going to shy away from this stock. And it's also concerning to see this decrease in the trend from 2018 to 2019 to 2020. But it does have nice revenue figures at $434 million, okay? And again, analysts are expecting it to generate a 10% sales growth to 10% more of $479 million, which was a year ago sales. And finally, I think this company, I like it the least. Again, a massive decrease in 58%. And I mean, every single stock got hammered on the markets this past week, so I'm not surprised. But these moves have just been exaggerated here. 58% decline. And this is the smallest company at a 1.8 billion market cap. And if we look here for the annual earnings here, we can see consistently increasing revenue. However, against a revenue of close to 200 million, they only earned 1.65 million. And if we're looking at Protolabs again, we're seeing that they at least earned like 50 million. So they earned like about 50. Protolab earned about 50 times as much as Materialize did, and it's only about like 2 times the market cap of Materialize. Okay, so that's why I do like Protolab better than Materialize. And if we're looking at growth estimates, it's 11.8% for 2021, which is again not impressive considering that Materialize still has a decently high market cap, okay, given only 11% growth, and they're barely profitable. Okay, so again, I like, of course, Desktop Metals first, Protolabs second, and Materialize third. And again, now we're going to hand it off to Ignas, who is going to look at the technicals and give his first choice of pick based on more of like a swing trading nature if you want to buy a stock now, because it's very hard to time the bottom, but now might be definitely a good place to start. And again, thank you, Ignas, for coming on my channel, and again, off to Ignas.
Hey Adam, thanks for having me back on the channel. And hello everyone else, this is Ignas from Dandy Finance. I am here today to look into the technicals of the 3D printing stocks that Adam picked. I just got comfortable, my maple spirit is ready, and we have the weekly price chart for Desktop Metal. The price was just over $10 in the beginning of November of 2020, and then it started taking off. By the end of September, the relative strength index was over 70 at 84, and the 12-day moving average of the MACD was moving over the 26th one. The price was moving over and under 20 for a month, but the overbuying in the relative strength index and the bullishness in the MACD remained. In the first part of February we had a peak of $34.94, but after that it quickly started moving downhill. The relative strength index went under 70 and closer to 50, and the 12-day moving average of the MACD started moving down to the 26th one. We can also find that this week we had a bearish crossover in the MACD, and that could suggest that we still have red days ahead. Let's check the daily chart. On the 23rd of February the price reached the 50-day moving average. It bounced around for a few days, but the moving average didn't act as a good support, and on the 25th the price moved lower. The histogram of the MACD shows that on March 1st and 2nd money was moving back into the stock for a while, but that didn't persist, and for the last 3 trading days the price is moving lower again. We are currently just over the 200-day moving average, which could be acting as a good support. If that holds true, then this could be a nice opportunity to start a position. Now let's take a small break and go to the next one. We have the weekly price chart for Protolabs. Similarly to Desktop Metal, PRLB started to get traction by the end of November. At that point the price was moving under $140 per share, but then money started coming in, and by the end of January of 2020 the price got to a high of $286 per share. There was still interest for another week, but by the first part of February the price started moving lower. At first glance it seems that Protolabs is not a very volatile stock. We currently have the 50-day moving average at $134 and 200-day one at $112 per share. Now let's check the daily chart. So on the 16th of February the price tested the 50-day moving average as a support, but it didn't hold, so the price went under. Then in several trading days the price tested the support again, but this time it was the 200-day moving average. That proved successful until it didn't on March 3rd. Currently the relative strength index is under 30 at 27, and the 12-day moving average of the MACD is under the 26th one. But the interesting part here is the histogram. On there we can find that for the last 7 trading days money was moving back into the stock. So this would suggest that there could be a price reversal in the near future. Don't mind me, it is just another break. We have the weekly price chart for Materialize. It seems like this one was the earliest peak and it had some interest in August of 2020 already, but the price really started taking off in the middle of December, and we got the highs of $87.40 in the middle of February of 2021. But then it quickly started moving downhill. Next week we already had the lows of $42, and the week after that it is $28 per share. The relative strength index is at 40, and the 12-day moving average of the MACD is well under the 26th one. Now let's change for the daily chart. On the 18th of February, the price tested the 50-day moving average as a support. It held for one day, but on the next it broke lower. Then in 6 more trading days, the price tested another support at 200-day moving average. That again didn't hold through and the price dropped lower. The relative strength index is currently way oversold, under 30 at 21, and the 12-day moving average of the MACD is way under the 26th one. The histogram in the MACD is showing some green days, but there is a red day in between on March 3rd, so the consistency is not great. After looking at the free charts and picking protolabs for myself, the stock is currently oversold with a relative strength index of 26, but the histogram of the MACD suggests that money is consistently moving back into the stock. It also looks like that we already reached the previous support at $113 per share, so anything between that and the current price should be a decent buying opportunity. And that was it. I hope you found some value. If you did, then make sure to push the thumbs up, it helps Adam a lot. I hope that I will be invited sometime again, so see you next time.